Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1954 Smith Corona Silent Super vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is a main roller that feeds the paper. This is your left margin. This is the right margin. You just want to make sure they're in between the two paper fingers in front so you don't get stuck. And this is the paper bell that sits on top. It's got 3 adjustable rollers, and that's when you know you're dealing with a luxury Smith Corona. When you have 3 rollers plus the 2 paper fingers in front, then we're going to test those margins. So if you're too close to that paper finger, the vibrator that goes up might get stuck on that when you're typing, and those first couple characters might be a little off. So just want to be careful with that. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch back. It skips 2. One more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Absolutely beautiful typing machine. One of the best, in my opinion, of all time. Dominated the market in the 1950s. The print looks perfect. Very straight and crisp. Very smooth action typewriter. Fast, smooth, quiet. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy. Or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now, put the color back to black. So these were just really well made. This is in excellent condition, by the way, this specific one. But these things are super reliable. They're made to last. So you rarely find these that are not fixable for a technician, unless they're super rusty. Okay, shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top left. Very nice. Tab on the top right. This has a tab set on the keyboard here, so we're going to go through and clear all the tabs by hitting the CL button right next to the tab. And now they should all be clear, but I always like to keep one set somewhere in the middle by hitting that set button right there. So that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. And the main difference between the Silent Super and the Silent is that this one has the keyboard tab set, and the Silent is a manual tab set in the back where you have to take the tabs off and put them on the rack. But mostly the same typewriter, and this is just an improvement of that. Backspace on the left side, I think I already did that. MR below the tab stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button, it does allow you to go all the way to the end. Open the hood, all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right clockwise. If you want to switch that direction, there's a switch right above the backspace. You just flip that up and it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. Flip it down, pull clockwise to the right, and it will automatically reverse when it gets to the end of the ribbon. If you have eyelets on the end of your ribbon, those are the little metal pieces that get stuck. Well, they won't get stuck, but it'll pull this when it gets to the end, and when that automatically will reverse it back to that side and vice versa on that side. Touch control on the left here is low on the right, high on the left. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit them harder for them to print, but they respond faster, so you just want to play with that to gauge what your preference is on that. Carriage release on each side, super smooth. This is the carriage lock. It will release the carriage and lock in the middle. So when you have it in the case, it doesn't bang around in there, causing damage to your escapement, which is a mechanism that allows the typewriter to move one space at a time when you type. Left carriage release, super nice. And if you pull out this little knob here, it disables the spacing when you get to the, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space, same concept. On the inside here, you flip that down, it disables the spacing. Flip it up, you get the clicks. And on the inside of the left side of the platen is the page gauge. So that will indicate when you're getting close to the bottom of your page. If you load it right below the 11, and as you're feeding it through, it will start to warn you on the left side. 2 inches left, 1.5, 1 inch, and that's the end of the bottom of the page. That's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.